Hey guys, Naga TP here, and
He's with his best bud, Dad TFP, and we have some cool things to share with you today.
it's some building blocks of Boston Limeworks.
Yep, Boston's a pretty cool city with a lot of cool attractions, and they have a cool block models for a lot of the cool sites, and so here's some of them. First up, Faneuil Hall. What makes Faneuil Hall famous?
Can you say?
It's a meeting house from before the Revolutionary War. And so it was kind of like a market on the first floor and then like meeting rooms on the higher floors. Very cool. Next up is the...
Old North Church.
Don't confuse it with the New North Church.
Wait, there is?
I don't know. But Old North Church is pretty cool. It's famous for Paul Revere riding by and saying, hey, the redcoats are coming. And a couple folks went up there with lanterns on the top to warn the Boston folks. Then you got the Old State House. You're probably thinking, Old State House, is that where they used to have the state capitol for Massachusetts? Nope. The Old State House refers to the administrative building from when England controlled the Massachusetts colony. And it's still there today. A lot of cool sites there, right? I liked it a lot. And then next up is the old...
USS Constitution.
And its nickname is...
Is it Old Ironsides?
Old Ironsides. And you're not going to believe this, but this is a warship from, I think it's the late 1700s, early 1800s. It actually fought during the Barbary Wars against the pirates in North Africa in the early 1800s. And that's still a Navy ship staffed by Navy sailors. And you can actually tour it. It's super cool, right? Was it fun?
Yeah. Is there anything wrong with this, though?
Let's see. You know, I think if we're going to show these awesome boxes of these buildings, you probably need to show
Buildings!
the buildings. All right, what's up first?
So we're going to go from left to right. So we're going to start with the Old State House. There's the model.
There it is. The Old State House. That's pretty cool, right?
So you can talk about it while I show all sides of this model.
So the Old State House is pretty cool. Look at the nice detail here. I like these little blocks. And so let's position it so...
I'm gonna like slowly turn it.
And so one of the interesting things about the Old State House is right in front of it is the place where the Boston Massacre occurred, which may have started the whole conflict with Britain. Dun, dun.
Here's the back where we entered.
There's the back where we entered. A lot of cool sites inside. Yeah, very nice.
And then here's the other side. And then these are the new lampposts.
Cool. All right. What's
There's
next?
another entrance. And when this building was built, I think it's one of the tallest buildings in Boston, but nowadays it's very small because of all the buildings around it.
Well, that's interesting. I guess it makes sense because it was built a long time ago.
And it's in the middle of downtown, so it kind of makes sense. So we're going to move on to our next model.
There you go. That's Faneuil Hall. Pretty cool.
Do you see the little people at the bottom, the little figures?
Oh, they're little people. And yeah, it's kind of cool. We on our trip to Boston, we got to walk on the bottom floor and then into the meeting rooms on the upper floors, and it was kind of cool. They were restoring a painting in there, right? Like a old-timey painting.
Yeah, if you look at the area where the painting was, you can see how old the walls were.
Yeah, very old, very cool.
And nowadays at the bottom, it's a marketplace area.
Yeah, they sell stuff, food, and shops.
This goes towards a little square thing, and on that square you can see the old coastline of Boston before they expanded the city.
Oh yeah, that is pretty cool. Where they kind of like have a little marker in the concrete of, hey, this is where the old shore was. That was pretty cool.
And this is the entrance to where you can see that cool painting, that cool area. And we're going to move on to our next one. Here is the model. Apparently this model is smaller than the other two. I don't know why.
It's kind of odd because I think that building's bigger than the other two, right?
Yeah.
Or at least taller than the other two.
Yeah, this building's solid. If you look at the Boston skyline, even though there are modern buildings in Boston, you can still see this building. Well, not the spire of it.
Yeah, it's pretty tall and it's kind of cool. And you think maybe one day we can actually go into the bell tower where they actually pull the ropes to make the bells go?
Yeah. Even though for some reason we didn't go on the top balcony, we only at the base.
So we got to see where the ropes are to actually make the bells ring. And an interesting tidbit is Paul Revere himself, when he was a young man, actually was a bell ringer there. Pretty cool, right? And then on that day, when Paul Revere was doing the Paul Revere ride, he rode past this church, and he told them redcoats are coming, and they put 2 lanterns on the top to alert the rest of the folks, like, hey, the British are coming. Pretty cool, right?
And now we're going to show you our final model. And there's our final model.
The one and only Old Ironsides.
The USS Constitution.
Pretty awesome. You can walk around it, see cannons and stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah, this model is actually the hardest to make because for some reason this front part, it always just keeps moving. So don't touch it or else it will move and stuff.
There it goes. Pretty cool. Love it.
And then,
awesome.
And do you want to say more about it while I turn this?
Yeah, so this is a ship from late 1700s, I think probably 1790-ish or something like that. And it's actually an active warship in the Navy fleet and staffed by actual Navy sailors. And when we visited it, they were on board and willing to answer our questions. And
it's now a museum.
Yeah, a museum. Very cool. And so if you make it over to Boston, I'd say it's definitely worth checking out, right? What do you think?
And then this water is...
And so that water is actually part of the Boston Harbor. You're probably thinking, harbor? I'm like, yep, in Boston there's no R in harbor.
Is there anything like under it?
Yeah, so you're probably not aware, but one of the best things in Boston is the lobster. Especially get yourself one of them lobster rolls in the harbor. And then if you're really adventurous, you can also have some good old Boston oysters. And they have clams too, so.
Yeah, we went to the Union Oyster House and you can see that they have oysters in it.
Yep, and which, by the way, that's the oldest restaurant in America, they say, right? Something like that. So very cool.
So now we're going to show you all the models and then so that you can see all of them. So those are all the models. Wait, is there anything wrong with this?
One of them looks a little different than it used to.
Which one is it? They all look the same.
The Old North Church. That's not the black version. It's the
souvenir from the map.
Souvenir from the map, but you can see it's a pretty awesome souvenir, right?
So we're going to switch it with the actual model. There you go. There's the actual model.
All right. Well, there you have it. Some pretty cool block models of 4 awesome sites to see in awesome Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, so here are all 4 of them.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, it's a little strange how the Old North Church is smaller than the other 2 on the left. But it's not actually that small.
Yeah, it's actually a very impressive building.
So here's it from this side, and if you look at it from the top, here's what it looks like from the top. So those are all of the little Lego models of Boston, and there you go. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.